Hi, and welcome to the Ask Dr. Angela podcast with everyone's favorite OBGYN, Dr. Angela Jones. Have you ever been too embarrassed or shy to ask your own doctor about your, girl parts? Well, you've come to the right place to get straight answers. Feel free to ask Dr. Angela anything women's health related. Obstetrics and gynecology? She keeps it real. Pregnancy? She's been there, done that. Menopause? She'll get you through. Young or old, Dr. Angela's got you covered, girl. Now here's Dr. Angela.
What's good, people? This is Dr. Angela, everyone's favorite OBGYN, and I would like to officially welcome you to episode 299 of the Ask Dr. Angela podcast. It's a cold, dreary, rainy day in New Jersey, and as is the usual when I podcast, I'm the only one in my house that's up. I tend to do these recordings either really early in the morning or really late at night. And I was laying in bed this morning and I just thought to myself, get up, get you some coffee, and just get moving. I'm not one of these people that does very well sleeping in bed. Sleeping in for me is usually 7:30 at the latest. But anyway, I'm all snug and warm in my office, in my space. This is my safe space with all my Star Wars paraphernalia on the walls. And, I've got a record player with my albums, jazz, in the corner. And I've got some essential oils going. I'm sipping on my coffee. My drink of choice is usually a grande soy caramel macchiato. And so we are raring to go. I've been doing so much cooking lately. I love, love, love to be in the kitchen, and my mini loves to be in the kitchen too. And last night we made these delicious chicken pineapple quesadillas with pico de gallo sauce, and they were the bomb.com. We've had a lot of really amazing things coming out of our kitchen lately. I've been doing HelloFresh, and I like HelloFresh. One of my girlfriends actually put me onto this, but I like it because it allows me, as busy as I am as a full-time physician, to be able to make really healthy, diverse meals for my family in a really short period of time. The longest part of the meal is usually the prep time, so I try to do that actually like the day before, the night before, but it's been working out really, really well. I do like maybe 2 meals from them weekly, and it's just been fantastic. So enough about my cooking, enough about my food. Although you all know that I'm a huge foodie, love, love, love to eat, love, love, love to eat really good food. But today's question that we're going to talk about for the podcast is the top 5 reasons to call your OBGYN. As you all know, my pregnancy book, Ask Dr. Angela, What to Expect During Pregnancy and Beyond, is finally out. I'm so excited about that. You can find it on Amazon. Please, please, please get your copies. But one of the questions that I address in this book under my miscellaneous segment is, when should I call my OBGYN? And so these are pretty easy for me and, straightforward to the point. Number 1, if you think your water broke, please call your OBGYN. One of the things that I hear all the time is, oh, I didn't think it was a big deal. Oh, but I had an appointment the next day. I just thought I'd wait until then. Oh, I wasn't really sure. So here it is. If you think your water has broken, call your OBGYN immediately. Whether you're full-term, preterm, it's a really big deal because once your water breaks, then the time clock starts. We worry about the length of rupture and, possible infection if your water's ruptured too long without us doing anything. So, in some instances, i.e. if you're full term, if your water breaks, it means moving towards delivery. But in other cases, i.e. if you're preterm, it might mean initiating antibiotics so that we can either prolong latency, get things like steroids on board, etc. But the take home here is if you think your water is broken, please call your OBGYN because that really needs to be checked out pronto. Number 2, if you think you are having regular contractions. Unfortunately, as good as I am, and I am pretty damn good, unfortunately, I am not. None of us are able to predict labor over the phone. So if you think you're having regular contractions, and for me, My definition of regular contractions typically is, your uterus is contracting 7 minutes or less apart, and more than an hour passes and you're still getting these same rhythmic contractions. They usually will become more intense as time progresses. If you feel like this is happening to you, please call your OBGYN. Again, you might be in labor. If you're in full-term labor, if you're full-term and you're in labor, then we're obviously moving towards delivery. But if you're preterm and in labor, then that's a whole horse of another color, as my dad would say, and we need to take steps to either arrest, delay, etc. So again, if you think you're in labor, please call your OBGYN. Number 3, bleeding. And I'm not talking about, that blood-tinged mucus that you get when you wipe because you probably were at your OBGYNs and they checked you or stripped your membranes. But I'm talking about frank blood, like you're bleeding so much that you need to wear a pad. That's an emergency. You got to call your OBGYN for that. Number 4, your baby is not moving. You all know my tagline, is baby moving and grooving? I ask you that at almost every visit, usually at about 16 weeks or so. And 16 weeks is even a little early, but I'm telling you, sometimes when it's not a mom's first pregnancy, they really can feel baby moving at much earlier gestational ages. So my tagline is baby moving and grooving. Usually at 28 weeks and beyond, I do recommend the initiation of fetal kick count. And those are really easy. You just pick any random 2-hour time frame and baby should move at least 10 times over the course of that 2 hours. But if baby's not meeting fetal kick counts or you just don't feel like baby's moving like normal, you gotta call your OBGYN. Do not wait until your appointment tomorrow. Do not wait until your next evaluation next week or next month. You have to call immediately. And then last but not least, you're just not sure. I always recommend women, if you don't know, you better ask somebody. You can ask me, you can ask your OBGYN, but if something's going on during the course of your pregnancy and you're just not sure about it, you don't know what medications to take, you don't know if a certain sign or symptom that you're experiencing is normal. Is that pain normal? Am I supposed to have this much swelling? What can I take for my headache? I'm not sure if my water broke. Is this bleeding normal? I could go on and on and on, but the take home here is there are never any dumb questions. And with regards to not wanting to bother your OBGYN, I get that a lot from patients. We just didn't want to bother you. And I'm like, are you flipping kidding me? Remember, this is what I do. This is what we do. Your job is to bother me. Your job is to bother us. And you're never bothering us. That's the take home. Never. Remember, this is our job. We are here for you. So those for me were some of the top reasons. I gave you top 5 reasons to call your OBGYN during pregnancy. And frankly, you can call your OBGYN anytime. That's the take home. Thank you so much for tuning into today's podcast. I really, really, really appreciate all the love, all the support. I've been getting a lot of love, a lot of feedback about my book, a lot of congratulations, a lot of it's about damn time you released it, Dr. Angela. And I'm so happy that I did. I really, really, really hope that you all will check it out. It's Ask Dr. Angela, What to Expect During Pregnancy and Beyond. It is available on Amazon. It's available in both print and ebook format. So please check it out. If you guys have any questions, queries, topics that you want discussed, you know where to reach me. www.askdrangela.com. That's AskDrangela.com. You can hit me up via direct email. You can direct message me on any of my social media platforms. That's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Y'all know how we do it. So in closing, I'm going to leave you with a lesson from one of my other favorites, Life's Little Instruction Book. I'm going to hit you with lesson 213. And this for me hits home, and it's one of the reasons that I think I do so well in life. Because I learned a long time ago, according to number 213, don't waste time grieving over past mistakes. Learn from them and move on. Don't dwell on the past. Look to the future, always. I've never been one of these people to hold on to things, to hold grudges, because, it zaps your energy and it prevents you from being able to do what you do. So lesson 213, don't waste time grieving over past mistakes. Learn from them and move on. Keep it moving. Thank you so much for tuning into today's podcast. Until next time, look better, feel better, be better. Can't wait to reconnect on episode 300 of the Ask Dr. Angela podcast.
Thank you for listening to the Ask Dr. Angela podcast. For more information on women's health and the show notes for this episode, please visit Dr. Angela at www.askdrangela.com. While you're there, don't forget to leave your own message for Dr. Angela. See you soon! All of the information provided and discussed in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and should not take the place of consulting a physician. This podcast is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease or illness and does not and should not replace treatment from a medical professional.